Hey guys, I know what you're thinking. What? Your desk is a mess? I know, I'm shocked too. Um, so I got a project finished and I just wanted to videotape it real quick or record it real quick because I'm giving it as the gift today. And I'm still not completely done with it. I still have to put some more glue on it and stuff, but I just needed to make the video now. So, I guess here it goes. So this is for the, my neighbor. I said something about it before about how her daughter destroyed one of my gem trees. So I wanted to make her a birthday present this year, and I know it's past her birthday. It's sometime mid-October. But I doubt she'll care. So this is what I made for her. And they're photo holders. My glue gun's hot, so I have to be careful. So I made Frankenstein, a monster, and a pumpkin. A pumpkin. I made the pumpkin. I'm still kind of tacky. I should have used, I usually don't use hot glue when I need something to be super strong. So I put E6000 in the middle of this, and after I realized, after I did that, I realized I made a mistake because I'm cutting it kind of close as to when I have to get this finished. And E6000 takes a really long time to dry. It'll get tacky really quick so that you can put a little bit of glue on something, stick it on your project, and it won't fall off. But as far as it being able to dry completely when it's in a big glob, you know, when there's a lot of it and it's not spread thinly, then it takes a super long time. So I should have used hot glue for the center, but I didn't. And so I'm kind of regretting that now because after 4 hours, it's still not even remotely hard. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to top it off with hot glue, and I'm just going to warn her that it's still drying so that she doesn't let her kid play with them or something. Basically what I did to put the picture wires in is I used or the wires to hold the photos. I used Crayola Model Magic, and this came in like this make your own dot animal kit that my mother bought on clearance, thinking I would have a fun time doing it. So apparently she considers my skill level at a 6-year-old level, so I threw most of the kit away and then just kept the clay. So what I did was I put, because the Model Magic is air drying, you don't have to bake it, I shoved that down in there, then I shoved in the picture wire, and then I put the E6000 glue over top of that. And this one's completely done because I did it like a month ago, and it's really sturdy. Basically, the colors on the spool, I did paint the spools just in case there was a gap in between the layers of floss. But basically, the wooden spool is covered in embroidery floss. And then, where is that? And then what I used, because I wanted it to be hard. I didn't want, the soft, squishy floss, embroidery floss, I didn't want that feeling. I wanted it to be hard. So what I ended up using, and I really like this, was the Sculpey glaze. It's for clay. But what I liked about this was that because it's extremely, it's an extremely thin glaze, it's very watery, that it'll soak into the embroidery floss, harden, and then you can go ahead and glaze it again, and it turned out perfectly. I wouldn't have used a different glaze. I'm completely happy with how this turned out, and I'll probably end up buying another bottle of this which I didn't even buy this, it's like 10 years old, because that has more uses than just for clay. I mean, it seriously worked great for the embroidery floss to soak into it, because you wouldn't have been able to soak the floss in any other kind of glaze. They're just too thick. So, anyways, I slowly, how I put the floss on was I do a rim of Aleene's original tacky glue, wind the floss around, and then just keep doing that. And then when I got completely done with the floss, then I'd glaze it and then, you know, decorate it. The Frankenstein one I drew his face on, I wanted to do like pop out faces on all of them, but you know, it would have been absolutely ridiculous trying to do these details and any other kind of material, so I just ended up drawing on it, and I really like how it turned out. And the pumpkin turned out too. I'm happy with it. I like the tendrils, I think that's how you say it. And then I kind of wish I had done a more common character, Halloween character, as the third photo holder. But when I made this one, I didn't have very many colors of embroidery floss, you know, that were Halloweenish, like orange and black and murky green. So I figured I could make a monster with these brighter colors that I had. So anyways, that's how it turned out. I did show my neighbor the haunted house that I had made, and she wants me to make her one, because Halloween is her favorite holiday. And being the person that I am, before I really had a second to stop and remind myself of the horror I felt when my gem tree was destroyed, I told her I would make her one, but I told her that like mid-October, yeah, mid-October of this month, or technically last month. Anyways, I hope she wasn't expecting me to get done with that haunted house in time for Halloween, because she knows how long it took me to make mine. But anyways, I guess I'll be making a haunted house for this year, and then I'll just give it to her for her birthday next year. Yes, next year. Okay, so that's what I wanted to show you apart from my rambling. It's just the photo holders that I made, and I really like how they turned out, and I think they're really cute, and I think they'd be really cute to display photos of her daughter. I'm sure she took lots of photos of her kid this year in her Halloween costume, so you know, next year she can put these out and just put last year's Halloween pictures in them and display them that way, and I think that'd be a really cute idea. And then there was one other thing that I wanted to show you last night when I was playing around with the model magic. I wanted to see how it would look as a rose or as a flower. And I used to play with this stuff when I was a little girl, so I knew that when it dried, it feels like foam. You know, it doesn't dry hard like you know, like polymer clay. It literally feels like foam. And it's very soft, and it'll break easily if you are playing around with it. So I went ahead and made this rose, and I let it dry. I think the very center of it is still wet, because when I pinch it, it won't bounce back. And I smushed the center when I was playing with it. That's why I don't like to make things with this stuff, because I'm always squishing it. Anyways, the rose turned out really good, and it was really easy to make the petals, so I decided that I would try and color it to see what would happen. And let me grab one for you. Oops. I took one of my alcohol mixtures, because I still have some of this left over, and I just dripped some onto the flower, and then I sprayed it with my homemade glimmer mist. And it was sticky at first, but once it dried, it wasn't sticky anymore. And so, I don't know, I think these turned out really cute, and I know that there's other brands of air drying clay on the market. I haven't ever looked into them just because it wasn't something I ever used. But they, you know, these air dry roses look completely different from the polymer clay roses, and I think they're really cute and really shabby chic, if you will. And so I'm gonna see what other air drying clays are on the market, and if they're not too expensive, or I'm basically gonna compare prices between whatever other brands there are and what the brand of Crayola Model Magic costs. You know, I'm just gonna see which one's the better value. But I definitely want to do some more of these roses, and you know, they'd be cool to send to people, and people can color them however they want, because I really liked how it turned out. I know the color didn't apply evenly on here, but you know, it stained really dark around the rims of the petals, and I think that gives it a really cute or cool look. So I'm pretty happy with that, and I'm definitely gonna make some more. I'm going to let it dry for another 24 hours to try and get that center part. You know, see if that'll dry or if it's just going to continue to be squishy. And then we'll see how that is. And if, you know, if the rose still holds its shape and it doesn't break after another 24 hours, then I'm definitely going to make some more of them and buy some more air drying clay. But anyways, I just wanted to share that with you. My little experiment, and share my little Spool Monsters here. And I'm pretty happy with how they turned out. I'd like to make some for myself, not necessarily Halloween. But anyways, I guess that's it. Thanks for watching.